Time for a little MVP Monday. Top performers from the weekend that was in the sport of racing. Let's start with that bronze medal, the third spot over this past weekend. It was Durante dealing in the Grade 3 Aristides and a massive 33-1 upset.
And, this is for sure the biggest win of this horse's career. Had won some allowances, won the Grade 3 Bold Ruler. That was at Aqueduct a couple years ago. Had always been a sharp horse. Had gone from California to New York to the Midwest to the East Coast. Kind of been everywhere. And the 6 and 7 dueled. I really believe the 6 and 7 could be the fastest early horses in America. And they dueled each other out. And Durante kind of pulled back slightly, and Jose Ortiz comes through for that win in upset fashion.
Was a part of the Breeders' Cup Dirt Dozen Series as well. So now points towards the $2 million Breeders' Cup Sprint later this year. In that 2 spot, it was Nissos with a no-doubter in the Triple Bend.
And add another one to this spectacular older horse division, which got even better over the weekend with horses like Mystic Dan and Nissos. I mean, they had a Preakness future pool. You know that Bob Baffert was not allowed to run in last year's Derby. This horse was the favorite in the Preakness pool, and had he been healthy and gone to the Derby, might have been the favorite in the Kentucky Derby. So much ability. And Baffert decided to stay home. They could have very easily gone to the Met Mile this week to have a rematch against a horse like Fierceness in terms of top division honors, but they stayed back, filled a 4, and made light work of it.
Stay out of the way there. Nissos takes out the Triple Bend out at the Great Race Place. In that #1 spot with a gold medal-like performance, Mystic Dan makes a big return in the Blame Stakes out at Churchill Downs.
You know, surprisingly, there's a pretty long history of Derby winners that never won again. You know, a long list. You know, when you give a Derby winning effort, you put a lot on the line. And it takes sometimes a long time to recover. 3 bad races in a row. The Belmont, the Malibu, and the Pegasus. But the race before this, he had that really good second beat in the nose down there at the Oaklawn, and then comes through on the rail. Brian Hernandez, another poetic ride there, never left the inside, and gets the win by a full length.
Looking like the 2024 Kentucky Derby champion once again. Here's that top 3. Durante in the Aristides. We had Nissos in the Triple Bend, and Mystic Dan taking out the performance of the weekend.